back for the first time since 2016, 2017. This is the reboot of Black Tornado Podcast. I want to thank Matt Reish for the intro music, and shout out to Grind Art for the logo that you see on the screen. I'm going to have some buttons and stickers coming up for bands on tour. So if your band is touring, let me know. I'll send you a little care package, and you can throw them out in your merch booth. So like I said, last episode was in 2016, 2017. So I'm really excited to do this reboot. And probably the coolest thing about the reboot of Black Tornado Podcast is the addition of my co-host Ian from Demons Run.
Whoop whoop.
Yeah. So you guys remember Demons Run if you listen to the old Black Tornado Podcast. If you're new to the show, this is a perfect time to jump in. Everything is going to be different this time around. And Ian and I have been friends since 2016, right?
Probably a little bit earlier than that.
2015, 2016, somewhere in that area.
You're one of my first followers, so probably about 2015, so yeah.
Ian and I have been friends since then. We speak pretty regularly about music and whatever else comes up. There was something about wanting to get him on the show previously that never really happened. So now we're going to do a complete reboot. Everything is new. So just consider this the first episode. So I'm really happy that you're listening to the show. We're going to get right into some music. We've got Her Worst Nightmare out of Chicago, Illinois. Their debut album and the new EP are available now.
Last night
I've got to say as well, I did actually genuinely really like that one.
Yeah, it's a great song. They're a great band. Back in 2020, I ran into one of those guys at the Gathering of the Juggalos.
Yeah.
And I was walking around, and if you're listening to this, message me. I can't remember you, but you had a T-shirt on, Her Worst Nightmare, and we chatted up for a little bit, and we had discussed the podcast. And that's just a great band. They're really giving it their all, putting out shows, putting out music all the time, and that's the exact band that this show was made for. Bands that are really giving it 110%, and if I can get them one extra listener, one extra follower, that's the whole point. That's the whole point of the podcast.
Yeah, like that type of stuff is like right up my street. It's like you were saying, you can tell how much it matters. You can hear it. Like there's no fucking about in that recording. It is.
Yeah.
And that's what this is about.
Yeah. This is, again, if you're new to the show, the purpose of Black Tornado Podcast is I don't play Slayer, I don't play Slipknot, I don't play Lamb of God, because you know those bands, you're familiar with them. This is for your band. The people that are sitting there right now, and they're putting off their recording and they're putting off their riff writing to listen to me and my friend talk. This is for you. So
the ones who need it, not the ones who want it.
Absolutely. Yeah, that should be the new slogan. No, and if you have a band and you want to get played on the show, send an email to blacktornadopodcast@gmail.com. There's a Facebook page. There's an Instagram page, all obviously with the same name. You can message me there, and we'll get the ball rolling, and we'll get your music played.
Awesome.
Speaking of other people, if anybody does 3D printing, please reach out to me, either through the Gmail, Facebook, or Instagram. I'd like to get a piece done, and I do not own a 3D printer. So if anybody has anything like that, that would be fucking awesome. Let's see. Well, show's about music. Let's get back into more music. This is Azel out of Louisville, Kentucky. Their debut album is available for pre-order, and as of this recording, you got about 5 days. So by the time you hear it, album's either out or it's going to be out real soon. Azel or Azel? Not 100% sure, but David will let me know. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm a big Doom sludge metal fan myself. We're going to be doing a whole episode soon where it's all Doom, sludge, drone kind of music. And so if that's up your alley, then that's an episode that you don't want to miss.
I've got some friends who that is right up their alley.
For listening or playing?
Both.
Well, then we're going to get them on because... Yeah, and this is something really cool, too. Now that I have Ian as an addition to the show, we'll definitely be branching out more into the UK. And so we're going to have a really nice mix of bands that the US guys have never heard of, and for the UK, US bands that you guys have never heard of.
Yeah, I think it's really important because, like we were saying the other day when we spoke, there's a tendency with music scenes, you get really into the scene near you, and you get to know the bands and you follow them, but beyond that, you invest so much time into it, you then don't see what's going on outside of that is similar, but in other places.
Sure. Outside of your own little box, there's a whole world going on. And just a quick note, in case anybody was curious, I found Demons Run, Ian's solo project, back when Black Tornado first started. I joined every Facebook group and Instagram group I could find where it was underground music. I found, what was the first, do you remember the first song I played?
Probably The Network.
That was it. It was The Network.
Yeah.
I listened to The Network and it blew my fucking mind. And I said, I have to reach out to this guy and play his music. And if anybody listened to Black Tornado podcast back in the day, the idea was we were going to do Indiana-based bands. And then that quickly grew to
just good music
all over the place. It doesn't matter if you're from Indiana. I mean, we played bands from the Philippines on the show, on the old show. I played bands from the Philippines. We'll play it anywhere. I don't care if you're in a hut in the middle of Antarctica. If you've got some heavy riffs, bring it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said to you the other day, I still follow Hail Shot from listening to your podcast.
They're still around.
I know they are. Yeah, I saw a post from them the other day, but I would never have heard them had it not been through you. Sure. And then I picked up a load of followers from, like I said to you, Indonesia and the Philippines, which, I'm not going to make anything from it, but that's not why I make the music. The point is, I couldn't imagine somebody in the Philippines hearing something I'd written without...
I mean, it's got to be kind of cool to think that when that episode aired, while you're sitting home in the UK, there's a kid in the Philippines listening to Demons Run.
Oh, it's amazing. And, not just for me, for any band. I remember the first time I got a few radio plays and stuff on internet radio stations, and I was just over the moon that anybody had picked it out of, because you know what the internet's like. There's a lot of music around, so
sure.
For things like podcasts like this one and radio stations to actually notice your music and give it a play means more than 10 of your mates showing up every gig, because they're just there to get pissed.
Sure.
They're all right, they like your band, but it's just they go to any bar, but you're playing, so they'll go to the one you're at.
And it's the same same faces, the same voices that you hear over and over.
Exactly.
And, like I was telling you the other day when we spoke, a large majority of the original Black Tornado podcast, a large majority of the listeners were from the Philippines. And I just think that's so fucking cool, because I only speak to two people. Glenford, obviously, from Grind Art. Thanks again, brother, for the artwork.
Still follow him as well from the podcast.
Oh, yeah. We speak all the time. And then there's another guy from another band that we speak every once in a while. And never in my wildest dreams would I think that I would be getting listeners from outside of the country, and two, in the Philippines of all places, which I just think is so cool.
Yeah, I mean, the scene, like we said the other day, there's places like the Philippines and some South American countries where the scene is insane because they don't get to see the bands very often. So when they do get to see them, it's a big deal. And so people don't just, like, they're living and breathing it because they don't get to see any bands. They might go 2 or 3 years before they get to see a band, but they're still walking around in their fucking death metal t-shirts and their ripped jeans and getting shouted at for looking different, and they don't fucking care because this is what they do.
And I'll tell you what, and those guys, especially in the Philippines, those guys live and breathe heavy metal. This is not like, oh, I'm going to throw on my black jeans and my, decapitated goat shirt to go to a concert. This is the way they dress to go get groceries. This is the way they dress to get their car washed. They're into this 24/7.
And what really annoys me as well, not in a bad way, in a good way, but those fuckers will out-sing you at anything as well.
Yeah.
Like, there's just this tiny little Filipino dude who sounds like he's just opened up the depths of hell. And you're like, where the fuck did that come from?
If you didn't see an image of him, you're picturing a 10-foot tall giant.
Exactly.
And I mean, Glenford, for example, his band is, Seventh Torture. And Glenford's not a huge guy, but his vocal presence is insane. I mean, just crazy.
Yeah, it's just confidence. Like, it's believing, and it's like we were saying, living and breathing what you're talking about, not just pretending and going, oh, that sounds like a good riff. You've got to mean it when you play stuff, or it doesn't sound like you mean it.
Yeah, there's definitely no faking the funk when it comes to that. Real quick, I just wanted to remind everybody that the YouTube channel is the same. The Facebook page is different. So if you liked the old Black Tornado podcast, please go find the new one. When the new episodes come up, all of the bands that have Facebook pages will all be tagged in order of how the music is played. So if you liked the second song and you can't remember who it was, look on the listing. It'll show you the second band. And the same thing with the Instagram. I'm going to tag the bands in order of how they were played, assuming they have accounts. So if you have an account, you'll be tagged, and people will be able to find your music that much easier. So make sure that you're liking and following the new pages. Like I said, there's Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. So throw us a like on those. Tell us we're doing a good job. Tell us we're doing a bad job. Say whatever you want. And we'll go from there. But we've been yapping for a minute. Let's go to Michiana, Indiana, and listen to Knee Deep in the Dead.
Yeah.
right, Knee Deep in the Dead. Group of guys out of Indiana. And I've never actually seen them before, but a lot of my buddies is a big fan of theirs. I believe, Corey, if you're listening, Corey, I believe you turned me on to Knee Deep in the Dead. That's a ripper fucking band. Love those dudes.
Yeah, that is a...
I'm sorry, go ahead.
That is a monster band.
Yeah. They usually play on the other side of Indiana, and I need to quit being a pussy about it and make my way down to the other side of Indiana and catch a show.
Well, if I didn't have quite so far to walk, I'd be there with you, brother.
Yeah, you're more than a few blocks away.
Just a bit, yeah.
I'll tell you what, if the show picks up, we'll do like a GoFundMe, and you guys can send me there. We'll do a live show. It'd be fucking awesome.
Go gig me.
Go gig me. It's not as expensive as you'd think. I mean, I looked into it. It's not that much money. It is, but it isn't.
No, I mean, to be fair, I saw a story in the paper the other day in this country. There was a guy who worked out it's actually cheaper to fly to Turkey and stay in a hotel for a month than it is to own his house for a month.
Wow.
So...
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, so it cost me £1,200 all inclusive for a month's holiday to Turkey, and it cost me £1,400 in rent and bills. Like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, that just shows you where shit lies financially. I mean, yeah, I looked into it. It's not an incredible amount of money. I mean, people do it every single day. People fly from the States to the UK and back and forth.
Oh, definitely. It's just if you're from the UK at the minute, doing anything, you're just fucked, because we've just fucked ourselves, fucked the world. We're just fucked. So.
Yeah. No, that would be good. That would be a good future thing, if the show picks up. And please, if you guys like the show, the only way that the show grows is you sharing it. If you tell one person, they tell two people, so on and so forth, all of a sudden we've got a really big following. And there's really no money to be made here. I mean, if you remember the original Black Tornado stickers and buttons I gave away, that was money out of my own pocket. I sold, 20 T-shirts? And then that money... The $5 that I made off every T-shirt, that went into the next thing. Like, none of that hit my pocket. It was all Black Tornado money. So if I bought new headphones or a new mic or a fucking pop filter, all that money goes back. You're not putting money in my gas tank. You're putting money into making a better show. And I just want to say thank you to everybody that listened before. I know there's a few diehards out there that would listen to the episodes the day they aired, and you guys are just the absolute shit. I just want to say thank you. All right. I've been kind of dreading this, but it's very important that I do it. So I wrote this 3 days ago, and I'm going to do my very best to get through it. I've read it out loud many times. I do want to do a small tribute to Justin Wallace. Justin Wallace was the live vocalist for Handsome Prick. The man could command a room with his vocals. Off stage, he was one of the most friendly, pleasant people you could ever meet. Just a joy to be around. Justin was the host of the JP Dub Wrestling Podcast and was a huge fixture in the wrestling community. The last time that I saw Justin was at an XPW event, and we got to catch up for a little bit. He was just a really good guy, and he will be greatly missed by everyone that knew him, bands that he had played with, fans of Handsome Prick. Yeah, brother, you will be missed. Rest in power. And now just a moment of silence for Justin. The following is from a live Handsome Prick recording at the Black Circle in Indianapolis, which is uploaded by Deathwave TV. Please check out www.deathwave.tv.
handsome prick.
All right. I want to give a quick shout out to, it's all one word, Zombie Gentleman Art on Etsy. If you need custom patches, go check him out. His name is Ken. He is awesome. He'll put whatever image you want on a patch. So if you want them for bands, if you want them for yourself, I have a couple Black Tornado podcast patches coming. And really fair prices. You know, I think $5 a piece, something like that. And he can do different shapes. He can do ones that look like coffins. He can do them circular, square, whatever you want. So again, that's all one word, Zombie Gentleman Art on Etsy. All right, let's get back into some more tunes. We're going back to Illinois with Gore Plexus. Okay, their EP, Kingdom of Butchery, is coming out in March. So by the time you hear it, it'll either be out or it'll be out relatively soon.
They're the ones that I said to you. Proper remind me of bands from a scene around here. Maybe one day we'll stick a couple of their tunes on or stuff like that. But there's like a scene of that style is very big in this area. So like I'll push that to some, because I know some people that like that shit.
Oh yeah. I actually don't know those guys. I was just scrolling around through Bandcamp, and I heard it and I loved it. So I said, fuck yeah.
They were awesome.
Yeah. And that's the cool thing about the show is sometimes it's bands I know. You know, Her Worst Nightmare, I believe I played them on the original show. I'm about 99% sure I played them in the original show. Handsome Prick, obviously I played them all the fucking time. But these guys, that was a random find. So if you don't know me, you might get a random tag from a podcast you've never heard of. And that's just because I found your music. So I hope you enjoy the 4 people that are going to listen to the podcast checking out your music. But don't worry, we'll turn that 4 into 8 and 8 into, so on and so forth.
That's 4 your end, 4 my end. So that's 8 to start with.
Hey, this is why I fucking love this guy. It makes total sense.
And I could get all scientific on you, but like there's a whole thing, the 7 degrees of separation thing. Mm-hmm. The way that works is, scientifically speaking, if one person shares each thing to X amount of people, it doesn't even need to be that many. But after 7 people, it's got round the entire planet. So
then it picks up traction. Nice.
Like, it's ridiculous how quick. If you share stuff to 3 or 4 people and they share it to 3 or 4 people, all of a sudden you've got 40 odd people sharing stuff, and then it goes wild. So it's not hard. Just click a share button, dickheads. Yep,
that's all you have to do. Click the share button, dickheads. That's all you have to do. And we appreciate it. I just want to say thank you to everybody for checking out the first episode. Again, this is like a reboot, so things are going to be different. You won't have to just listen to my voice. Now you can listen to 2 voices. It'll be more fun. I'm sure
they'd rather listen to yours than mine.
I don't think they'd rather listen to either one of our voices. I think they'd rather I just play a bunch of music. But that's not how the podcast works. You're going to listen to me. You're going to listen to him. Wait till one of these big bands I don't like starts doing something. We're going to start ripping.
Oh, yeah. They'll listen then.
So we are Back in Black. Tornado, that is. Just one more quick thing again. If you have a band, want your music played here, please email me at blacktornadopodcast@gmail.com. Feel free to shoot me a message on Facebook, Instagram, send me a message through email, however you want to get in contact with me. And if me and Ian like your music, we probably will, then we're going to play it, and we're going to bring you as many followers as humanly possible. I've been Adam.
I've been Ian.
Thank you for joining Black Tornado Podcast. You guys rule. Have a good day.
Thanks very much.